Betrayal sucks. There's nothing you can do about it. It makes you question your worth. It makes you question your sanity. It makes you question the love that you shared with the person. It makes you completely reconsider the future you've had with the person. It makes you question the intentions. It makes you question yourself, your actions, your thoughts. It's bad in any way that you can look at it. But the reason why I'm making this video is not to brag about how heartbroken I was or still am, or how hard it is, how unfair it is when somebody betrays your trust, whether they cheat on you or whether it's your family or a friend. The point of this video is I was struggling with understanding betrayal. I think the biggest part of me getting over it was actually understanding it. I had a lot of questions. When I was betrayed, I wanted to know why it happened. I wanted to know whether it was my fault, even though a part of me knew that it's not. Betraying somebody's trust is always 100% the betrayer's fault. It's their choices, it's their actions. But still, I had those questions. I asked myself whether there was something that I could have done to prevent it. I asked myself whether it's possible for me to trust that person again. I asked myself, what is this situation trying to teach me? How can I make sure that this situation doesn't happen to me again? The thing about betrayal and closure is that the best case scenario is not to wait for closure from another person. You have to give this closure yourself. You have to give yourself the answers. The best thing that I did for myself was figuring out why it happened and answering all of those questions myself. It truly helped me. When my brain understood why it happened and what can I do about it, I felt much more at peace with the situation. First of all, I'm sorry. Nobody deserves to be betrayed in the relationship. To be honest, I think it's one of the worst things a person can do to you, because you trust that person with your love, you trust that person with your heart, with your emotions. You love them, you believe in their best, you believe in this relationship, you see this relationship as something that one day turns out it's not. And then your whole world turns upside down. Betrayal and breakup feel like death. You start to question whether you knew this person at all, whether the person you shared your life with, you shared your bed with, is somebody you... Did I want to talk about it? Not really. I have to be honest, I didn't really want to talk about it. It's something that I was going through and it's something that is very personal to me, but at the same time, I could not find a lot of, or any, for that matter, people talking about it, specifically giving me answers. Why do cheaters cheat? Why are some people capable of betraying you? Does it mean that the person didn't love you at all? Does it mean you imagined the whole relationship? I needed answers and I found them for my own situation. It might not apply to yours, but if it does, I'll be very happy if this video helps at least one person. So why did they do it? In my situation, I genuinely believed like the person loved me. I genuinely thought he saw a future with me, and most likely he did. To be honest, I still believe that. The truth is, if the person cheats, does it mean they don't love you? No, it doesn't necessarily mean that. They do love you, but their version of love is very immature and very self-centered. Here's basically what's happening inside their mind. They love you, but they also crave validation. They cannot handle their emotions properly. They cannot self-regulate properly. So whenever they are not feeling enough, or they're craving an ego boost, or they don't get enough love from you, even if you do give your best, it's not about you. It's about them missing something, and instead of turning to you, instead of talking to their partner, whether they feel unsafe with you, whether they feel unsafe to talk about their feelings with a woman in general, whether they are not grown up enough to understand their feelings, in any case, instead of talking to you, they decide to pursue another way of settling this unsettling feeling. Whether it's messaging another person, whether it's going and getting drunk, not being able to control their own mind, their own behavior, any impulse that they are following, they are not controlling. So it's like basically a toddler who needs a diaper when they need to pee, but emotionally. They are emotional toddlers. When they get an impulse, they lack the self-control, they lack the discipline, they lack the understanding of themselves, they lack emotional intelligence to handle that impulse properly. What most likely happens is they compartmentalize. So in the moment, they don't think, I'm gonna hurt her, I'm gonna betray my partner's trust, I'm gonna end this relationship. In their head, it's a separate box. In their head, it's a separate moment. Or it's just a conversation, or it's just flirting, or it's just one kiss, whatever that is. In their head, they are separating themselves. I do understand it. I do not accept it. I do not accept it as a grown up way to handle your emotions. What I believe in is that love is not only physical, it's also emotional and it's ethical. Pure love, grown up love, has all of those things. So a person cannot only be loyal physically to you, they also have to be emotionally and ethically loyal to you. They have to consider you in these situations. Why would a person go close enough to a line that they do not want to cross if they can self-regulate and manage themselves properly? That's how emotionally weak people justify their betrayal. Oh, it was just one moment, or it was just one conversation, or it didn't mean nothing, or it was a mistake. They like to belittle the situation because of the guilt, because of their shame. They suppress that part. They pretend like it didn't happen. And that's not what grown-up people do. Grown-up people take accountability for all of their actions. They can understand in the moment what they are doing, why they are doing, and they can predict in any form of way what kind of choice they are making and where this choice might bring them. These people are usually remorseful after. They do feel ashamed, they do feel guilty, they do understand they did something wrong. Will they admit that? Doesn't mean that they will. Remorse is not growth. Remorse is not change. Feeling sorry, saying I'm sorry, saying I didn't mean it, saying it was a mistake. This is not growth. A grown-up man doesn't need to explain the betrayal. A self-aware person doesn't need to justify the betrayal. They just understand that it's wrong. So did they love you? Most probably, yeah, otherwise they wouldn't be with you. They either loved you or needed you to satisfy some form of needs, but that doesn't mean that's the love you need or deserve. Think about it this way. A lot of people cannot actually handle healthy relationship, men and women, fortunately or unfortunately, that's the way it is. Some people grow up in a toxic environment with abusive parents. They go through toxic relationships, and that's what their mind is used to. Their mind is used to constant stress. Their mind is used to fights. Their mind is used to chaos. And our mind seeks not what's best for us, but what's familiar. So whenever you give that person love, security, connection, even if they secretly and deeply want it, they're gonna self-sabotage. They are gonna ruin it in some way because it feels boring, because it doesn't give them spark, because they're not used to it. They are craving chaos that you cannot give. Doesn't mean that you did something wrong. On the contrary, that means that you deserve somebody better, somebody who can handle the trust, the connection, and the love. He loved how you made him feel safe, secure, loved, but he didn't love you with strength to protect your heart from getting hurt because of his own impulses. So ask yourself, do you even want that kind of love? Do you want a person who cannot control his basic impulses? I don't want to be with an immature person. I want to have kids one day. I don't need to have a partner who is also a child and cannot emotionally control himself. What kind of life would that be? Just the level of anxiety I imagine I would have. Imagine genuinely having a kid that cannot tell right from wrong, and you constantly have to worry whether this child will end up being abducted by a stranger because they trust them. I don't know, whatever might happen because they cannot tell right from wrong because a stranger gives them lolly on the street and they follow them. Same thing with these men or women who are grown up but emotionally immature. You can never predict when they're gonna stab you in the back. You can never know for sure that they won't because you cannot rely on their emotional maturity. And to me, a life like that with a partner like that is so scary that I'd rather go through the hurt of being betrayed once to see who that person actually is, to leave and let them figure their stuff out. Even if these people have a chance of healing, have a chance of growing, it is not with you. You don't need to save them. You are not their mother to teach them how to live, to teach them how to tell right from wrong. You were supposed to be their partner, somebody who they can rely on and you can rely on them. That didn't happen. The person clearly showed you that he cannot be that person. The reason why you might feel so lost and confused and betrayed and you have no idea how to keep going or how to figure it out is probably because you're outgrown this relationship. You outgrown this version of love, of relationship that this person can offer you, and that's why it hurts so much. You understand that you probably need to let it go because it doesn't align with your values, it doesn't align with your view on relationships, it doesn't align with your view of love. You have to be honest with yourself. Probably there was a part of you, your nervous system, who felt the mismatch, who felt the unease, who felt the anxiety, who felt the exhaustion of the thought of forgiving that person. So don't do that to yourself. Don't betray yourself in that way. Just understand that if there is even a remote chance that this person will truly look at themselves and figure out their problems, it is not with you. As long as you forgive this, as long as allow that person back into your life, they will see that this behavior is okay. Oh, it cannot be bad enough because she forgave it, she stayed. Subconsciously telling them, you can't behave that way. You can't do those things and still have me in your life. No. Make your absence the biggest punishment. Make your absence the biggest sign for them that there is something very, very wrong with their actions and their life. You don't need to say anything. You don't need closure. Give yourself that closure. Give yourself answers that you need and just close the door. One of the biggest traps is when something like that happens, your nervous system actually craves the connection that you lost. And once again, it's because your brain seeks something that is familiar, not something that is good for you. So you might be looking through the pictures, you might be going through the text messages, you will be seeking that connection, and that is totally okay. Even if it's harmful to you, even if it's sad, your nervous system will be seeking it. Just understand that it's okay, that it happens. Your brain will be seeking anything that will calm the pain, but that is not love. That is not acceptance. These are the signs of withdrawal. Love is a drug. It affects our nervous system just like drugs. It gives us good hormones, and when all of these amazing things, the dopamine, the oxytocin, is taken from us, we crave them back. Yes, we're basically addicted to that person a little bit. So it's okay that the first weeks, months, days, however long it takes you, you'll have the symptoms of withdrawal. You'll be craving it, you'll be looking through the pictures, you'll be thinking about messaging these people. Don't. That's the best advice I can give you. Don't. Block them everywhere, not because you're trying to play a game, but because that's what you need for yourself. That's what you need to heal. Write them a letter that you're never gonna send, where you express how you feel, how they did you wrong, everything that you feel. Write that in a letter or an email that you'll never send. What helped me also repeating to myself over and over again that that is not the person that I loved. I release, I let go of that version of that person. He doesn't exist anymore. He's gone. That's it. The biggest thing is also understanding what was the situation trying to teach you. What did this situation showed you about yourself? Because when you switch that, when you see what the situation taught you, for example, it taught me that I was first believing in best in people, and secondly, in a form, I was trying to save a person. I was trying to help a person that I cared about when they couldn't have been saved, when they shouldn't have been saved. And from being a victim, from questioning, oh, why did it happen to me? Oh, I didn't deserve that, blah, you become someone who grown from this, which makes it much more easier to let go of that situation because it's a finished chapter. Happened to you, it's something that happened for you, for your growth, and you can let go of it. It already happened. I think that's it. That's everything I have for you today. Take care of yourself. Healing doesn't mean you forget that something happened. It means leaving the past in the past so that you can be in this present moment and you can enjoy your life. Take care of yourself. I wish you all the best. I give you kisses, all the love and the support in this world.